Emily wasn't looking for a secret. She was simply dusting a bookshelf. The Bible had been sitting there for years. She picked it up. A folded piece of paper slipped from between the pages. At first she thought it was a bookmark. Then she unfolded it and froze. It was a hotel receipt, hidden inside her husband's Bible. What bothered her wasn't the receipt, it was the date printed on it. The receipt wasn't recent, it was several years old. But Emily remembered that week clearly, because according to her memory, her husband had been out of town on a work trip. At least, that's what she believed. The hotel wasn't in the city he claimed to visit. In fact, it was hundreds of miles away. Suddenly, the questions started. Questions she never expected to ask. Then she noticed something else. A second date, written by hand. Emily told herself there had to be an explanation. But curiosity kept growing. She checked old photographs, emails, travel records. The more she searched, the stranger things became. The hotel existed. The date matched. The receipt was real. Yet none of it made sense. Why would her husband hide it, and why inside a Bible? Then she found something connected to the same date, something that changed the entire story. The date matched another event, one Emily had nearly forgotten. It was the anniversary of her father's death. The realization stopped her cold, because that was also the week she had gone through one of the hardest periods of her life. Yet she still didn't understand the connection. Why was her husband at this hotel? And why keep the receipt? While searching an old storage box, Emily found a sealed envelope. Her name was written on the front. The handwriting belonged to her husband. Inside was a letter she had never seen before, and suddenly, everything began to make sense. The letter explained that, during the week of her father's death, her husband had secretly traveled to meet people who knew her father. Friends, former co-workers, relatives. He spent days gathering stories, photographs, memories, anything that could help preserve her father's legacy. The hotel receipt was from that trip. But one final question remained. Why hide it? The letter contained the answer. He had been building a surprise gift, a memory book about her father. He planned to give it to her years earlier, but life became busy. The project was never finished. The receipt remained inside the Bible as a reminder of a promise he still hoped to complete someday. Emily sat quietly holding the Bible, the receipt, and the letter. For days she had feared betrayal. Instead, she discovered something else. Love. The quiet kind. The kind that asks for no attention. The kind that works in secret. The kind that leaves clues nobody notices until years later. And that hidden hotel receipt became proof of a truth she never expected. Sometimes, the things that look most suspicious are actually evidence of how deeply someone cares.